I started reading more about Albanian history, and my interest just developed from there. When I was a student at Cambridge in the 1970s, I just got interested in the Balkan region of Europe. And I would go there in my summer vacations and travel. I like walking in mountains, and there were beautiful landscapes there with beautiful mountains. This sort of travel, if you're a student with very little money, it is wonderfully economical. I would walk in mountains and be invited into people's homes in mountain villages, wonderful hospitality. But when you travel like that, you must speak the language. So there were sort of language laboratories in Cambridge where you could just go and take a course. They were on cassettes, and just independently, if you had a few hours, you would sit there and study. So on that basis, I started to learn a new language every year, and then in the summer I would go there for as long as I could to walk and travel and so on. So one year I learnt modern Greek, 1 year Romanian, 1 year Serbo-Croat, 1 year Turkish also. And gradually I found I was sort of filling the map of the Balkans. But there was one language that I could not learn by that method because they had no course available, and that was Albanian. And I was intrigued by this sort of anomalous language and people that was more difficult to acquaint myself with. And finally I found an old Teach Yourself Albanian book in the university library, and I started to learn it. Now, at that time, I could travel to Kosovo, obviously, although my Serbian was better than my Albanian, and nobody expected me to speak Albanian when I was there. But I could not travel independently in communist Albania. It was obviously impossible. So it was only after the end of communism in 1992 that I went to Albania for the first time, with a moderate knowledge of the language. But having worked seriously on Balkan history and culture, this was the last piece of the jigsaw that I wanted to fill in. And so I started reading more about Albanian history, and my interest just developed from there.